All right, folks, welcome back to the TNT show. We got our next episode of our college football rankings since they just dropped. It's going to be a little different. So, since we had to basically, we're merging our recap and predictions kind of going into the end of the season with our rankings since there won't be a lot of big time games. We're going to focus on, hitting our recaps and predictions, and then we're going to get real deep into the
Playoff
rankings and
bracket.
what we think about them. So we're gonna go ahead and kick into it. Tyler, you go ahead and take it away.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, yeah, trying to make two birds, one stone. Let's jump into the recap. Starting off with probably the biggest. I don't know if it's a shocker, but Oregon struggled against Wisconsin. So, you know, I I didn't watch the game. I don't really know what happened, but I know Oregon was down majority of the game. I know they found a way to win. So be on the lookout for. I don't. Oregon doesn't play anybody else till the Big Ten championship, which they clinch their spot. So no matter what, they're gonna go.
Yeah, they're locked in. Like you said, they found a way to win. I think it's good for them to have a game like that with some adversity towards the end of the season because now it's like a little reality check for them. Like, yeah, we might be the number one team in the country. We're undefeated, but
Yeah,
everybody up until
we
the
still
end of
got
the
to
season,
play.
all the way, yeah, you still got to play. Everybody's going to still give you their best shot. So you got to stay locked in, stay focused. Yeah,
Texas struggled against Arkansas. Arkansas would have had somewhat of an offense. I think they could have beat Texas. But
yeah. I
again,
mean, that's
I think a lot of it's just playing to your competition. You know, let's not show nothing too crazy here. Let's play defense. I'm not. I watched a lot of this game. Arkansas they're just young on the offensive side of the ball. That's pretty much all it is to it.
yeah,
BYU got upset by a 4-6 Kansas team. That loss right there hurt BYU pretty bad in the playoff spot, at least.
yeah. Now they fall from a first round bye to
The last seed.
yeah. Now you have to play in the first round, which that doesn't really fare too well for them. Just because I mean, like we both said, I mean that schedule wasn't exactly the best. So, I mean, losing a 4-6 Kansas doesn't really help the argument that y'all are really deserving of anything higher. So
Yeah. Um, Georgia beat Tennessee. That obviously that helps Georgia's case. But again, Tennessee, they have a young quarterback. He's just really inconsistent right now.
yeah, yeah. I mean, Georgia beating Tennessee wasn't a big surprise to me. I mean, like you said, they've already beat Texas, one of the better teams in the SEC, along with Tennessee. They got a young quarterback, great defense. So they just did enough to overwhelm them offensively, and they pretty much got the job done. I mean, they made Tennessee look like not one of the top two teams in the SEC.
Yeah. Colorado, Utah almost beat BYU. They were a people say a controversial call away from beating BYU. Colorado beat Utah by 20 plus points.
True.
So, uh, Colorado plays Kansas this week, I'm pretty sure. So, interested to see how that looks. If they come out and beat, we'll get to that in a minute. South Carolina, Missouri was pretty good. Close game. South Carolina pulled off the win. LSU got clobbered by Florida. Not really sure what's happening in Baton Rouge right now. Um, a lot of people are coming for Brian Kelly, but I can give you about 65 million reasons why they're not going to let him go right now. So,
Yeah,
and it's that
I think
$65 million buyout that he's got, plus all the recruits.
That's true. I mean, maybe his seat's getting a little warm, but I think he has a lot of good talent coming in next season. So
It would
I
be
think they'll be
different if
fine.
it'd be different if all the recruits like backed out and are leaving, but they're still coming. Supposedly they're still coming. Signing days 2 weeks away, I think. So we'll see what happens there. But that's Pitt also got beat again in the ACC, so they're pretty much done.
Dang,
That
hate to
looks
see it.
like
I had so much hope for them.
Arizona State beat Kansas State, so they were ranked. That was another ranked team. There were a lot of ranked teams that kind of got beat this week.
Yeah, it was.
Boise obviously looked, like they always do. Ashton Genty had 160 yards and 3 touchdowns, so he's still cooking.
Yeah.
But let's jump to week 13. Man, we are almost done with football. We only got a couple
It's,
more weeks left.
that's crazy.
Let's start off with the biggest game. It's at 11 o'clock. I did not know that. 11 o'clock, Indiana, Ohio State. So right off the rip, we got pretty much the winner of this game plays Oregon in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
This
This
is
is
the this is for the Big Ten. This is for a spot in the Big Ten championship. Right here is Indiana, Ohio State.
yeah, I think this is Indiana's
Ohio State is favored by 14 points.
you can understand why though. I mean, Indiana's strength of schedule kind of leans more towards okay, Ohio State's probably going to win this game. In all honesty, you think of it kind of like how you think of Penn State because obviously they're going to play whoever they play that isn't big competition, and then when they get to that Ohio State game, they fold. So I'm not saying Indiana's going to fold, but I don't. I just I think
they
it's
struggled against Michigan, so I'm a little concerned.
exactly
Can they beat Ohio State? Because Michigan's
because
not a very good football team.
defensively, Michigan has they're
They
great.
still have a good defense, so
It's
I'll give Michigan
offensively.
that.
Yeah. Now Ohio State actually has both. They're good on both sides of the ball. So Indiana's gonna have to play their best game of the season if they want a spot in that Big Ten title game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. So I'm gonna go Indiana. I like what I see from them.
Oh my
I'm gonna
goodness.
I'm gonna go Indiana with the upset.
I was not expecting that one. I want to roll with you, but I'm gonna go with Ohio State.
They're gonna stun the Buckeyes at home.
I'm
This
gonna
is
roll
one of
with
those
Ohio State.
games that people say Ryan Day can never win. So
We gonna see.
I'm gonna go Indiana in the upset here.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Ohio State, but only because the way that they struggled against Michigan. If Michigan had an offense, they probably
They
could have
probably would
won.
have beat them.
Exactly. So
Ole Miss, Florida. This could be a trap game for Ole Miss. They cannot afford to lose. I
oh,
don't think they
absolutely not.
will. I don't think they will.
I don't know.
Ole Miss has got a pretty good defense. As long as they can keep the game ahead of them, they can beat Florida. I think. I think they can. I just feel like Ole Miss is on a roll.
Against
So
LSU. I'm not saying, LSU is Ole Miss. Ole Miss clearly has a far better defense. Their offense is I'm not gonna say it's
if they play like they did against Georgia, I don't see anybody else beating Ole Miss for the rest of the year until they get to the playoffs.
that's true. That's
That's
true. That's
that's
true.
what
That's
they
true.
need to bring. I don't know if Parrish is going to play. I don't know if Harris is going to play. So obviously that'll be a big factor. But
Get give me
I'm gonna roll Ole Miss here.
give me Florida on the upset.
I'm gonna roll Ole Miss here. Let's see. We got who else does say Kentucky, Texas. This could be a little sleeper for Texas here. I'm not saying that Kentucky's gonna beat them, but there's a
Kentucky
chance
just
Kentucky might hang in there.
yeah,
They did
Kentucky
beat
still
Ole
has a good
Miss.
defense. Kentucky still has a good defense. So we'll see. I like Texas. Give me Texas, but I think Kentucky's gonna
I
make
just
it.
feel like Kentucky's just too one dimensional a little bit. So if Texas, like I said, again, Texas got to keep this ahead of them. They can't let Kentucky just hang in there because Kentucky did beat Ole Miss.
Yeah, I mean
So
when you let a team hang in there, it gives them hope. It helps them play inspired football. So yeah, Texas got to
so
go in there and handle. They got to go in there and handle business.
quick, yeah, just jump on them like they did. Jump on them like they have a couple teams, and then Kentucky will just lay down because they're not going to be able to do anything a whole lot else.
Exactly.
Penn State, Minnesota. This is another game that I circled. I'm not saying Penn State's going to lose, but again, it's crunch time. You can't afford to come in here and
Sleepwalking.
sleepwalk against some of these. Minnesota 6-4, so you can't
They're
come
not
in here
bad.
and sleepwalk. Here's
Yeah.
another game I circled. Arizona State, BYU. I'm rolling Arizona State here. I just don't think BYU is a very good football team. They haven't played anybody. They kind of got exposed by Kansas a little bit, and Arizona State's a pretty solid football team. So
Yeah,
I'm
give
rolling
me
Arizona. I'm rolling Arizona here. BYU has to win this game.
give me BYU in a close one. Um, like you
They need a
said,
bounce
Arizona
back
State.
win. I'm just curious to know what that did to BYU losing to a 3-6. They were 3-6 at the time. Kansas team. So
Kansas was actually predicted to be kind of good this season. So for them to be where they are, I was a little shocked by that.
so
But yeah, no, yeah, give me BYU in a close one. I think
I'm
it'll
rolling
probably play
Arizona
out.
State by I'm rolling Arizona State by a touchdown.
Yeah, I think they find a way to win, not you know controversially. I think they just
Um,
squeak out a win.
this Colorado Kansas game is going to be pretty interesting. I'm interested to see if Colorado comes out and beats Kansas convincingly. I think they're the best team in the Big 12.
Yeah, if they come out and beat Kansas by like 20, you for sure know that they are probably the
Yeah,
favorites
by
to
like
win the.
10 plus points, I'd say that they're probably pretty legit. Maybe
Yeah,
14.
they probably be the favorites to win the conference if they come out there and handle another opponent that BYU
Struggled
just lost
against.
to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
lost to
beat
struggles.
Utah. They
Yeah,
beat Utah by 20 plus points. BYU struggled.
yeah.
So if Colorado can come out and handle Kansas, I'm still not sold on Shador Sanders, but Colorado will be in the driver's seat in the Big 12. We got Army Notre Dame. Army's undefeated. Not saying they're going to beat Notre Dame, but I think Notre Dame's just going to be a little bit too physical for Army, to be honest. It might be close for a little bit, but I just think they're going to have to slow down that run of Army, though. Army's got a very good run game.
Honestly, I think that game is probably going to be a little bit closer than the Navy game was, but I still think they're probably going to lose by a lot because Notre Dame is
Should
they're
out physical them, yeah.
they're realistically they're a much better football team than Army, and it's like one of those games that you normally schedule just to get like a free win.
Yeah,
But
agreed.
just to go against the grain, I'm gonna pick Army with the upset just because I feel like, and you heard me say it offset, we got into it real bad offset for everybody out there, that Notre Dame benefits from the fact that they're an independent school. I think at some point they
Yeah,
have to join a conference if they want to have the benefits of being a top 4 seed in the playoffs.
yeah. I mean, I disagree. They do play some good schools, but yeah, they're not in a conference, so you don't really know how good they are.
Now,
Anybody can look good when they're playing some of the teams they play, but they do play solid teams. I'm not I mean, they played Texas A&M, but it was the first game of the year.
like don't get me wrong, they some
It's
of
just
those
it's
years.
they're just like anybody else. And they get all this hype. And what happens? What's going to happen the first time they play when they come to the playoffs and have to catch Georgia or Ole Miss? What's going to happen?
They get blown up.
They're going to get beat by 20 plus points.
Yeah, they're gonna get
This is
blown
not
out. I
the
mean,
first rodeo that Notre Dame has been in the spotlight where they get blown out. So, but yeah, I agree. I think they need to join a conference, whether that be the ACC or anybody,
we'll
anybody.
see.
I want to see them go to a good conference, not the Big 12. They suck. I'm not even gonna lie to you. They're just they don't. There's nobody there.
What's really crazy to me is that they play a majority of ACC opponents, but they're not in the ACC conference. So why not just join the conference if
Yeah,
you're going
I
to
don't
play a
know. They've
majority of
never been.
them?
Yeah, they've never been in the conference. I don't know if it's. I don't know if there's something holding that back. If they just don't want to, don't care to. But
I couldn't tell
you
you.
could make an argument that I understand Notre Dame's good, but that could keep them out of the playoffs because, I mean, what if you had two really good teams, but you have Notre Dame here that doesn't win their conference, that doesn't even have a conference? That could slide you out of this 12-team playoff. I'm not saying that
Well,
it'll
no,
happen, but
yeah, but they only have one loss. Since the playoffs is based off of your ranking in the AP poll, they'll be fine as long as they don't lose any more games. They got
right, that's
away
what
with
I'm saying.
losing the Yeah, they got away with losing to NIU because it was early in the season. It's only one loss. As long as you win out, you can get in. But
Right,
obviously, they'll never get a top four seed because they'll never be a conference champ.
right. Let's jump to Alabama, Oklahoma. Alabama can't sleep on Oklahoma.
Yeah, they got a good defense.
They got a good defense. Their offense is not very good. So again, Alabama's game plan here: run the offense through Milrow. It's crunch time. Let's not be cute here. Let's just play football right here. I mean, I think Alabama could win this pretty easily. Could blow them out. Like I said, just run the offense through Milrow. Run the ball. Oklahoma doesn't have a good offense, so they shouldn't score very many points.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll with the Tide here.
Yeah, same thing. Like you said, just offense through Milrow, establish the
Here,
run,
here's my
play good
upset for the
defense.
week right here. Auburn's going to stun A&M in Jordan Air. They're going
No,
to beat Texas A&M.
no,
They're going to kick a game-winning field goal to beat them. They're only favored
absolutely
by
not.
2.5 points, and Auburn's terrible.
I think Texas A&M's defense is just going to be too good for Auburn.
Auburn's got a good defense too. I'm curious to see because that running around ain't gonna work on Auburn. I wouldn't think so anyway.
We'll see.
It just depends on if A&M jumps on them because Auburn ain't going to be able to go blow for blow. Their offense is just not very. I mean, Jacquez Hunter's over 1,000 yards. Lambert Smith and Coleman are looking pretty. They look pretty good. So, like I said,
Yeah,
Auburn's got to keep it close. They got to keep it within like three. They got to keep it within a score to stand a chance. Peyton Thorne's got to
nah, I
protect the
tell you
ball
what. Yeah, he needs to protect the ball, and they have to be able to run the ball efficiently if they want a chance.
and slow down whoever the starting quarterback's going to be, which I would assume it's going to be Marcel Reed. So,
Exactly.
but hey, have the same game plan South Carolina had because I mean, once they shut down the run, South Carolina was beating the brakes off of them. They couldn't stop South Carolina to save their life. That's my game plan if I'm Auburn. I'm coming out and I'm punching Texas A&M right in the mouth. I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna run it down their throat. That's my game plan.
Oh yeah.
But that's all I got for the recap and the predictions. Let's jump to the brackets. Where is that? On here somewhere.
Well,
Here
I
we
mean,
go.
right off the bat, just talking about bracket wise, a lot more movement than what I expected. Again, like just starting off. Uh, Obviously still got work.
From
Not really.
yeah, so pretty much from what I'm looking at, if they play today, Ohio State's got a smooth ride. It looks like to the semifinals because as much as I like Boise, they're just all they got's a run game. If you can stop Ashton Genty, which nobody's done it, I don't know if they can do anything else. Because Ohio State's will blow BYU out. It won't. That game close. Again, I
Uh,
think Alabama would be Alabama. Yes, BYU got beat by a 4-6 Kansas team. They don't have it. They don't have a very good defense. Ohio State would run it down their throat with Quinshon
oh, see,
Judkins and
I thought you said Boise. My bad. I thought you said Boise. You talking about BYU? My bad.
no, yeah, they're gonna blow BYU. They'll beat them by. They might beat them by 20 points.
Yeah, but again, that's obviously if it started today. So just for everybody out there, we're just we're speculating if the playoffs started today. Obviously, we know there's still like
Yeah,
a couple more weeks before this is final. So we're
yeah,
just kind
yeah.
of
So
speculating on that
there,
basically.
I would take Ohio State if BYU even stays here. They got a big game coming. So um, Alabama and Notre Dame at the 9 and 8 spot again. Notre Dame really hasn't played anybody, so we really don't know what they look like. If you want me to be real, we don't know what they look like. We've
Honestly, I
seen
think if the
Alabama get
playoffs
tested a few times.
if the playoffs were to start this weekend, I think Alabama would probably annihilate Notre Dame. Not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, I agree. So, yeah, like I said, they don't play anybody. So we got Georgia, Penn State. Again, I don't even think this would be a close game.
Yeah, I think
Um,
Georgia would dog. They would dog them. No pun intended.
yeah, oh for sure. They just Penn State would have no answers. Again, Indiana, when they played a good defense, they struggled. Ole Miss has a good defense. I'm not gonna lie, these first 4 games are gonna be that Ole Miss Indiana game would probably be the best game, to be honest. That would probably be the best one.
Yeah, I think so. I think Indiana would give Ole Miss a pretty good game.
And then you got Texas still there. They're probably not gonna move because they probably aren't gonna lose. They got to play A&M. Still got to play the SEC championship, but they're going to be in the playoffs no matter what, unless they lose.
Yeah.
They can lose one more time. Miami
Yeah.
again, you know they still got to play for the ACC. I don't. They're going to have to play SMU, I would assume. So that's probably going to be a shootout. So SMU's on the outside looking in. So whoever wins that game is going to make the playoffs. Obviously, I don't think both teams will make it. And then you got Boise at number 4. Again, their conference is terrible. So they're pretty much locked in. I don't even know who they don't play anybody else. So they're locked in at 4 here.
Pretty much, if you look at it.
I don't know who's in their conference, but I'm pretty sure it's nobody's. And then you got the number 1 team in Oregon. So they struggled against Wisconsin, but they still got to play Ohio State and or Indiana. And they catch them, if Ohio State wins, they're going to catch them 3 times, possibly.
That would be crazy.
But I mean, Alabama could catch Georgia again, depending on where they fall.
So obviously, and again, this bracket is going to shift again next week and the week after. So expect more movement, number 1. Number 2, I have a question. Based off this bracket that you're looking at right now, first round wise, well, you already said it. Never mind. You talked about the upsets that you would think would happen. Yeah, bracket wise, you think it's right? Do you think the committee got the bracket right this week?
Yeah, I think so. I'd like to see SMU in here instead of BYU.
Yeah.
I mean, SMU got beat by they got beat by BYU, but yeah, I guess it's right. Yeah, I'd say so. 4 might be a little high for Boise, might be a little high, but
I think based on how the bracket works is it goes off the AP poll ranking. So if they win out and they win their conference, they'll be the fourth highest rated conference champion.
Yeah, because obviously you can't put Ohio State in here because obviously Oregon already beat them.
So the only way somebody knocks Boise out of that number 4 spot, let's say Colorado beats BYU in the Big 12 championship, right? And it's
I
convincing. They
don't
beat them
think
by
that's going
like,
to matter. Oh, 20 points.
yeah, style points, of course. You think that they could jump Boise State because obviously they play in a more of a premier conference than Boise State does. So
I don't
I'm
think
not,
so. I think
yeah,
Boise would stay right where they are.
I'm not saying that gets them there, but I think it's a possibility.
Yeah, but yeah, that's all I got for this week. Yeah, next week, obviously, this whole thing's going to shift because Indiana and Ohio State play. So
Yeah, so that'll probably push somebody out top 12 wise because you got to think Indiana, if they lose that game, it's
and
their only.
BYU's playing Arizona State, so they look pretty decent. So I and we called for some upsets. So you never know. Hey, every one of these teams could lose.
Could. In all honesty, I mean, everybody's not. It's not just cupcake games. So
Yeah, we haven't seen chaos yet. A little bit, but not much. So, but yeah, that's all I got.
yeah, well, that looks like we're gonna wrap up our college football bracket rankings or whatever you want to call it episode for this week. Just let us know how you like this format better. We just felt like with less big time games, obviously the slate and the episodes for college football wouldn't be as long. So just to get y'all, a complete full episode, we just merged the two since we talk about both of them during the week anyways. You know, fuller episode, more content. So yeah, just let us know what y'all think in the comments and stuff. And as always, we appreciate everybody that's listening in. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Uh if y'all could for us, we're working on getting to 3,000 followers on TikTok before the
Mm-hmm.
end of the year. So
We also
just,
have the Discord too.
oh yeah, Discord. We got a community chat for our Discord now. So we're going to get that set up and have everybody in there, just chatting, talking. We'll put different content in there to, have engagement, get everybody talking and stuff. So like I said, we got a
Yeah,
lot of stuff coming and we'll keep rolling stuff out and just keeping y'all informed here on the main podcast.
yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much all we got for this episode. So we'll catch y'all on the next one.